fuel and the friction. This is another concept from his book. And I was really impressed with the book, because the book, it is not only a business purpose book, shapes the way you think about how you can thrive by facing the human element. And this is a kind of interesting concept. The balance between the fuel and the friction. Please explore.
So the metaphor we use in this book is fuel and friction. Fuel are all of the forces that move someone towards change. So again, the desirability of an idea, the appeal of a new strategy, the magnetism of a new offer. And frictions are the things that stand in the way of that change. And really there's this tension that exists between fuel and friction. And as we mentioned before, most marketers and innovators' instinct is that if we're at an impasse between fuel and friction, the answer is increase the fuel, right? Make it more desirable, price it differently, market it differently. And what we talk about in the book is, no, it's actually less expensive and far more effective to remove the friction that stands in the way. But we don't really have departments in our businesses focused on friction removal. We have advertising groups, we have marketing groups, we have sales groups, we have pricing, finance, but there aren't very many people in our companies that are whose job it is to go out into the world where people are experiencing these challenges or where they're trying to make progress and identify the sources of friction that stand in the way. But what I can promise you is removing the friction that stands in the way of the change they already want to make will be far more powerful, far more durable, and far more cost-effective than simply trying to throw new pricing or new advertising at it.
Yeah. Talking about the destruction, to talk about innovation. I was inquired by a CEO of a big brand, a global brand, last week. And one of his team, they have an initiative that's to build a new brand. And this new brand, it's started to become very powerful. And the CEO called me just to be advised, say, what should I do? Because the brand that we own is becoming too powerful. But we have the big brand of our company. So how to migrate the power of the new brand to the brand? And I say, are you kidding me? Why you are trying to kill the future? On the new brand, he has 50 people. In the giant brand, probably he has 5,000 people. And these 50 people are doing much more than the 5,000. And then I invite him to think, say, come to your board members and ask them. And the board members, the only role of a board member, it is to defend the long-term value of the stakeholders. That's why the board members exist. So I embrace him to say, go to your board members and bring them two scenarios. One, in 15 years, the new brand became like a two digits margin business with a high growth. And that's the company that they have. But do something for me. Do not mention this is with a new logo. Put this exercise with your own brand in the new product. They're gonna unanimously approve. But at the end, in the last slide, you introduce them the project that they have approved as a new brand. And probably 70% of them will flip. Oh my God. You need to know if you have the right board members with you. And today, one of the main things that kind of a block evolution, and that's a real fact that happened last week. And the CEO say, I don't have the courage. And I say, okay, so you should think about it. That's a real case of a huge company. So think about this. What can you really do to transform your company on this context of fuel and friction? Where are you will know Who are the names that you can put in the friction side? Who are the names that you can put in the fuel side? Don't mix them. It's not going to work. Allow the fuel to fly and to destroy what you have. But it's not natural for us to do that. Think about this.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David Schonthal.